What is up, YouTube? It's Sunday. It is 11:11 p.m. for all my angel numbers playing at home. I'm artisanmc, and this is Shop Talk Live. Thank you guys for coming through today. This light is way too goddamn bright. That might work a little bit better. All right, and here we are. Nice to see you guys in here today. Shout out to all the early birds in the building, the elite in the place. Shout out to my brother, the Malika Me Bang. Was good. Salutations to the Geek Elite. Appreciate you, Malika. Shout out to the number one wrench, Aquateki, Geek Elite Assemble. Yes, sir. Shout out to D Remedy with the cure. What's good? Good, D Remedy. Salute to the chat. I'm listening. Was good. I'm listening. I see you. And I thank you for showing up. BTM, tell them Toya coming through. It's good to see y'all. Said she was dancing in there, shaking that booty, huh? Lovely. Shout out to the Rain Fire, one of my favorite medieval assaults. Rain Fire, I love that shit because people getting messed up. People get messed up. It's bad enough to have a volley of arrows. When you rain and fire, bruh, problems are on the way silently. So do all the YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. The banner going across the screen is not for me, it's for you. So if you appreciate the content, you like the host, I don't see why not. Support the stream. It all works. I'm looking for 15 contributors today. 5 for the algorithm, 10 for the content creator. So Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, whichever one fits your needs, please do. And let me make sure nobody dropped already before I started. So I make sure everybody gets the proper acknowledgement. I do not like ignoring people unless they're being pains in the butt. So if you're not doing that, I probably won't ignore you. Let's go. Shout out to the number one wrench, being the number one contributor today. So I will do something a little special today because it is somebody's birthday today. It's two people's birthdays that I actually appreciate. One of them is Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves turned 59 today, if what I read on the internet is to be believed. And for a 60-year-old, he's doing pretty goddamn good. So I like Keanu Reeves. I've enjoyed his movies. I enjoy the passion that he puts into it. And he is genuinely a good person in Hollywood. So I can't do nothing but respect that. I mean, I could shit on it, but that would mean I was not trying to be a good person in and of myself. So I respect Keanu Reeves for that. So shout out to Keanu Reeves. And the other one, I can't stop giving her some praise. I liked her ever since I saw her on the screen for the first time. Just like, yeah, damn. Liked her so much, I figured out that that's the name of my anima. Next one goes out to Selma Hayek, whose birthday is today. Now, Selma Hayek, if you can believe it or not, turned 57 today. That means I've been watching this woman for goddamn about 30-something years. She ain't got uglier yet. She has not gotten uglier yet. Now, for me, I've always liked older women anyway. I always have. And she ain't that much older than me. Like, I don't even count 7 years. Whatever. But she's taking care of herself and she's looking damn good. It has a good vibe, spirit about her, which I like. I like seeing it. I like seeing women who actually freaking smile. Ain't always scowling in the face and stuff like that and acting like, you know, it's not a resting bitch face. It's just a face. So appreciate those two. So in honor of Selma's birthday today, every donation will be met by not just the 3B salute, but the one that started it all. Thank you guys very much for your support. Aquatechy, D Remedy, I will give you my 3B salute. Appreciate you.
Get your booty to the pole, 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 get your booty to the pole. Yeah.
Did we get your attention? Good.
Appreciate you, Aquatechy, for donating to the stream. D Remedy, I appreciate you for donating to the stream as well. I will give you to get your booty to the pole. Appreciate you, D Remedy.
Get your booty to the pole, 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 get your booty to the pole. Yeah.
Did we get your attention? Good.
Get your booty to the pole. Get your booty to the pole.
Get your booty to the pole.
Get your to the pole, get your booty 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 to the pole, get your booty.
People don't know how much editing went into doing that shit. We don't appreciate that. It is underappreciated. Editing is an underappreciated skill. For real. I'm just saying. All right. So shout out to Aquatechy also on the PayPal side. Appreciate you. I mean, not the PayPal. Super Chat side. Thank you for supporting the algorithm for the Ahsoka triple header preview. Yes, I did shotgun Ahsoka last week to get all caught up, and then realized I was behind on foundation videos. I don't know why those have not gone up. I know I've made them. I'm pretty sure I put them up. So I have to go back today and check where the hell the rest of my foundation videos are, if they got blocked or some BS like that. I don't know, but I know I put that shit up there. So shout out to Aquatechy for the Ahsoka, and we're going to talk about that today. If y'all got any concerns, complaints, comments, witticisms you want to share on Ahsoka, please come up here and share this with me, because, look, I don't think I'm a voice in the wilderness in saying that the show is not really that good and all I'm seeing is rehashes of stuff. But I also know, for my numbers, I hear stuff repeated that I say. I sense and see a little bit of shift in the water as soon as I actually do put out a review, that people pick up those phrases and start mentioning it really quickly. They do. So influence is what influence is. You may not get the recognition for it, but the recognition is in the fact that they actually sit there and repeat that shit. They don't go far from what you said already, because most people nowadays only know how to color within the lines. They don't know how to create the picture. Just saying, I'm a carpenter. I will build the frame for you. Oh, and I'm an artist, so I'll actually fill in the frame with a picture. You can color it all day long, whichever way you want to. But best believe I see what you're doing. So appreciate you, Aquatechy. For Aquatechy, I will give him the guts and butts. Appreciate you, Aquatechy, again for supporting the stream.
Double up, 3 or 4 times. I ain't telling no lies, running up. Never let a hard time on the
All right, get that turned off of there. Next one goes out to Kareem, the Caribbean Kareem. What's good with you, Kareem? Came through and said she put 5 on the super sticker on the super chat side. Appreciate you for supporting the algorithm. I will give you. I give you the 3B salute, Kareem, because I don't think you want to see all the women with the booty shaking stuff. So I'll mix it up. So appreciate you, Kareen. I will give you that 3B salute. And shout out to Studio. He said stream tax. Is it stream tax or geek tax? I call it creative tax. Creative license, creative toll, something else other than tax. Because tax means I'm making you give that shit to me. I'm not making you give it to me. You're choosing to give it to me. So it is a donation. I'm not taxing you. The only thing that's being taxed up here is my goddamn patience with folks. That's the only thing that's being taxed. Other than that, it's a donation. I appreciate you supporting what you say you enjoy. If you show up to watch the show, I don't see why you don't donate a like or donate something in the chat. No, I really don't understand it personally, because I know most streams I go to, I always hit the like button as soon as I come in. I ain't even found out what the hell they talking about yet. I just drop a like off the bat. And if by the time I'm finished, I don't like it, well, maybe I change it, maybe I don't. Doesn't matter. I know that is supporting the content creator since I showed up to watch their shit. And I do it on all kinds of videos. I did it on that equalizer clip that I played. Thank you for putting it up. That's what the like was for. Thank you for putting it up. This will help me do something else. So, shout out to Studio. I will give you the booty to the pole because I want to see Selma Hayek, young Selma, one more time. Appreciate you, Studio.
Get your booty to the pole, 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 get your booty to the pole. Yeah.
Did we get your attention? Good.
Get your booty to the pole.
Get your booty to the pole. Get your booty to the pole.
Get your to the pole, get your booty 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 to the pole, get your booty.
All right. Thank you very much for that, everybody who has donated already. Still looking for 10 more contributors total. I'm going to try to follow the Angry Man YouTube standards and not pimp myself on the stream. That if you show up and you enjoy the content, I'm not going to give your ass a whole fucking show for free. That's bullshit. There's people making hand over fingers doing shit that ain't even creative and they ain't doing nothing but stealing from other people all day, and y'all support that shit. And I might not be talking to y'all specifically in this chat, but YouTube in general needs to get away from that shit of thinking that everything that black folks put into this bitch is free. Really do. Because that is not what the hell it is. Think of the shit that happened to Fresh and Fit with people coming after them to demonetize their channel and figure out how much money they was making on their channel without even having to say, well, support the stream. And why it's such a blow to them for that to happen, but also how many people were celebrating that shit and what people were celebrating it. I remember when Double Toasted was going back and forth with YouTube on their monetization and stuff like that, and they were getting fucked with about their channel and something they said in the video, and they were retroactively going back and demonetizing videos and stuff like that, and they were really pissed off. Corey was pissed about that shit, and I agree, because when you can look on YouTube and see the same shit, what up, Herb, all over the place, not being demonetized, then what's the damn issue? I see that all the time when I put up a video. My video gets possibly demonetized right off the bat. Now, it might be up for a couple hours. It might be up for a day or so. Then a day or so after that, it gets demonetized, which means people can't see it. That's what it means. That it means it's effectively shadow banning or just blocking the video from being seen by anybody. And I did this as a little Google search, not even a Google search, as a YouTube search last night, just to entertain my fucking self. Since I was bored and I couldn't drink that Terramana tequila. I was on YouTube and I put up my equalizer video, and it is not the best quality video at all. I will say that right off the bat. It is not the best quality video at all. But I am a regular reviewer, and I do put up a lot of movies, and my thumbnails do look good. Right? Appreciate you, Joe Herb. The big swinging balls have come through, my Scorpio brother. Appreciate you, Herb. Let me give you your props while I get into this next bit, because that'll drive people out of here because they think I'm bitching. But appreciate you, Herb. I will give you double that. Appreciate it.
Money for the crowd, double lag. Fat, double lag. 100 on the sack, double that. Block like a ghost town, still double bag.
Appreciate you. Now we need. Am I count correctly? Yeah, 11 more people. So I went into the Equalizer 3 thing, and I just put Equalizer 3 in reviews into the little search bar for YouTube, right? And it brought up, the Equalizer 3 reviews. And I looked at the reviews that were there. And one thing I looked at wasn't even really worried about the content creator necessarily, because some people I do subscribe to. And what I looked at was the view count versus the number of subscribers they actually have, right? And in that, I popped up somewhere around, I think it was 20 or something like that. Somewhere within 20 people, right? So basically, how the algorithm works, it puts the most found one up front, right? Okay, I saw it. How long did they have their review up? A couple of days or some shit like that. So all right, so movie came out on the 1st. They have a 5-day-old review. That means they get some early access to go see the movie. Okay, so damn near a professional reviewer in a sense. And I call that a professional reviewer because companies reach out to you for your opinion and have you come see movies early enough that you can review it before anybody else has really gotten to see it. You in there with the media and stuff like that. Well, that's kind of cool, right? They ain't paying you for it. They just asking you and give you a little access, and that's just what it is. Okay, that could be all well and good. But then I started getting down to where I was and seeing all of these people with like 1,000, 15K, 20K videos that were less involved in mine, put it that way. Now, I did an hour-long fucking video, and that's probably way too goddamn long for a reaction. But it was late, I was driving, and I was talking some other stuff outside of that. So it could be said that it is, content-wise, it was not focused and not valuing people's time. But I've also said this before. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm an analog person. I do not do short-form content. That is a low attention span theater to me. It is. But this is the way things go. So when I'm looking at these videos with 15K, 3K, all this stuff, most of these videos are under like 10 minutes. I could actually say under 8 minutes by average. And my thinking is, what are you saying about this movie? And how are you reviewing this movie in 8 minutes? What are you actually talking about? Well, if you watch any of those, they're basically saying the same thing. All of them. Now, the one I actually settled on last was the one that I found closest to me. He has 2,000 followers, or 2.2 followers. He's another brother. And I watched his review. His review was decent, but it wasn't, to me, as a movie goer and a watcher, it wasn't nothing really different in there. His voice was pretty much annoying, but Then again, my monotone voice can be annoying as hell too. So you throw that out. What is the difference between 800 subs or not? Is that the difference? No. The only thing I found that he was doing that I wasn't was fucking Facebook, which I don't do Facebook. I went through a lot of personal grief and strife through Facebook about 8 to almost 10 years ago during my divorce. And so I don't use Facebook anymore. I found it fake, in that people only want to voyeuristically look in on your life here and there, but don't actually give a shit about you, is what I found. So I don't use Facebook anymore. I have it. Y'all can find me on there, but I don't use it at all. I don't belong to any groups on there. Well, outside of the Angry Man Army and some other little stuff, I don't belong to any groups or anything like that on there. I don't spend a lot of time on fucking Facebook. I spend no time on Facebook. Actually, you'll see me on Facebook like earnings call or something like that. Maybe every 3 to 4 months, I'll pop in just to make sure my freaking password still works. But that's it. I don't give a shit about anything that's up there. Everything that's up there is bullshit. Everybody lying or faking about something. I don't want to hear it. I don't have time for it. I'm a Scorpio. I don't have time for fake shit. Fake shit does not interest me. I don't have that voyeuristic tendency to just want to be in everybody's fucking business and looking at their pictures and believing, oh, they're having a really good life. That motherfucker is miserable. I know them. I can look in their eyes and see that they're fucking miserable. I don't give a fuck how much you smile, how many drinks you pose with. All I'm seeing is you drinking a hell of a lot and you probably really lonely and miserable. That's what I see. So the closest I get to short form content is Instagram, because Instagram is more me just putting up a picture. You can comment on it, you can like it, you can do whatever you want to and get the fuck out of there, because that's what it's for. And there was another guy I was watching. He was talking about Instagram. It was a business guy. He was saying Instagram is an advertising medium. That's all it's for. And pretty much it works. Because if you think of Instagram in the same way you pass a telephone pole with a playbill stuck to it and self-help lines and all kind of little tabs and stuff on it, you can find a lot of stuff on Instagram really quickly because you're just scrolling through. You can see what people choose to share with you. And since it's predominantly chicks using the shit, you will see a lot of booty pics and a lot of girls posing with fucking drinks or out on what they consider a vacation, but you never have to ask yourself, how is she paying for this shit? Why is she always drinking? Is she an alcoholic? And why is she always showing her ass? I think she has a low sense of value, low self-esteem. You can think that shit too. So that's why I have fun with it. I share pictures because I like taking pictures. I take a shitload of pictures. I took a picture the other day that I sent to everybody on my work chat group, right? Why? Did I give a fuck about if they liked it or not? Not really. But what I did was I shared it with them because this is what I'm sharing, how I see the world. What I find interesting about the place that I'm at, and what I find the most, where's the rotation on this goddamn phone? Oh, there it is. What I find the most beneficial when I'm out in the world that I want to remember and I would like to share with people. And there was this picture. Let me turn this goddamn ring off. Here you go. See that? That's a picture from work. Since I'm on call this week, and this is the long weekend, and everybody else, beat feet, hit town, didn't want to work or none of this shit. This is what I saw after everybody left Friday. This is the sunset that I saw over the sky, over our job, when I left, when they all left, and I was just the only one here. And to me, that was beautiful. The way the sun is peeking through the clouds, it looks like an almost spiritual experience. And the sky is completely opened up. And I thought to myself, I was supposed to see this. You know why I thought I was supposed to see it? Because I'm the only motherfucker that would appreciate it. Everybody else would be walking under that sky and not even care. They're more worried about what's going on here at the time than what is happening all around them. So I sent it to all of them and told them, have a good weekend. I didn't think it was a bad thing that I was, working for this next 4 days with nobody here. I'm not worried about it. A lot of things that people do not understand about me. Appreciate you, Rainfire, on the PayPal side. I will give you the guts and butts. Appreciate you, Rainfire, for supporting the stream.
Double up. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lie. Let's run it up. Never let a hard time on the was.
And there go Toya falling out the car again. And shout out to BGS for the share. Appreciate you, sir. Here's the thing about me. I like being around people sometimes. I don't need people around me the whole time. I don't. I am an introvert with extroverted tendencies. This is about as extroverted as this is not. I've been worse. This is me being extroverted in a sense. In a sense. Because I'm holding a conversation with a bunch of people that ain't fucking here. So it's me just talking and sharing my thoughts with you guys. I don't have a problem sharing stuff. I am a teacher at heart. I don't mind sharing things. I don't mind trying to teach people things because that's just my natural personality. But don't get it misunderstood that I don't like being the fuck away from people and that I am somehow uncomfortable by myself. I am not uncomfortable by myself. I'm always entertained and it's always an intelligent conversation. People in general are what bore me, get on my nerves. You guys are watching my little To Kill Your stream yesterday. You saw how quickly people can irritate me. You saw it live, especially if I'm not in the headspace to be irritated. So a little bit of solitude don't hurt me. Don't hurt me at all. Yeah, embrace the solitude, embrace the silence. And I can tell you for the last 2 to 3 weeks, I have been being very in my bubble, so to speak, working out some stuff within this big ass head of mine. And some of the truths that I've come to recognize and get back in touch with, like I told you, my demons slipped their collars and they was running free. And with them running free is them, bulling and China shopping some shit. Is breaking some things and figuring out what is going on and why these things were here anyway. While you cleaning up the mess. It's like, man, I didn't even know I had this in here. What is this doing here? We don't even need to put this back together. We can just throw this out. Sometimes you need that shit. Sometimes to kill all the overgrowth, you need a forest fire. Because if all that overgrowth wasn't there, you wouldn't have a forest fire. But after that fire, you can have new growth and new life. And things can be rejuvenated and built back better. So, as one of my favorite motivational speakers says, David Goggins, embrace the suck. Shit was sucking emotionally. So I embraced it and went with it. Shout out to Boots. But I sat down and wrestled with my thoughts like a sumo. And that's what the fuck I did. And that's what I've been doing. I'm still doing it now. Even as I'm doing the stream with you guys. Figuring out ways to make myself better. Figuring out ways to make myself better than I already am. Because I search for perfecting myself. And it starts with respecting myself. And in how I project myself to others. To be the truest version of how I project myself to others. And no, I ain't always pleasant to be around. Ask my ex-wife. I'm not always pleasant to be around. Sometimes when I'm in my mode, I can be inconsolable. And she is Scorpio too. So you know I must have been fucking with her. But I am who I am. Like Popeye the Sailor Man. I am who I am. I make no excuses about it. Hey, it might be sucky for you because you have to deal with it. It's just what the fuck it is, dude. Everybody is who the hell they are. I got to deal with your bullshit attitudes. So I don't see why you shouldn't have to deal with mine sometimes. Fuck being nice. And that's kind of where I'm at, approaching 50. Fuck all the rest of this stuff that I was actually doing to care about other folks' feelings, ideas, dispositions, development, all the rest of that shit. Fuck all the rest of that. Because it ain't useful for me. Someone called it very self-centered. And I told her, well, what other self are you supposed to worry about first? Which one? I had a text from my daughter on my phone right now because I sent her something on Instagram that I thought she would like. And she reached out to me last week. I hadn't talked to her in a couple of weeks. She spoke and asked her about her shit. She taking care of her life. I'm taking care of mine. Now to tell that to some other woman, she'd think, oh my God, that's so terrible. You don't talk to your kids every day? Fuck no, and they don't call me every day. I don't look for that. That's not the way I was raised. I wasn't raised with somebody checking on you every fucking day. I wasn't raised with people being concerned about your ass every day. I wasn't. Gen X, built, born, raised, different. We are independent by design to not need hovering parents, bubble wrap, or nice talk. Comforting words of affirmation and shit like that. No, we were raised to have to do that shit ourselves or figure it the fuck out. And I am a Gen Xer. 1973, baby. So that's what I do. Self-regulate and maintain. Am I doing it for a long time? I don't think that's going to change. So, that being said, in a YouTube geek sense, I'm still going to be me. And although I can look at the success or the blow up of other people who have a lesser knowledge, shorter content, with the same regurgitated points or points that they picked up and lifted from me, I'm not going to let that bother me. I can't. Because like Edward, when he took a month off, you realize what the fuck are they going to say if they don't have you to bounce off of? What are they going to say? I watched some of these people content in the time that I just stopped making stuff. Shit was bland. It wasn't even funny. It wasn't insightful. It wasn't funny. And I'm like, damn. Do I really have that much of an effect on their ass? Couldn't be. My numbers don't reflect that. But it does. Because they still have to watch that shit. They just don't have to like the video or support the stream. But they can watch. It's like, that nigga, Oh, some shit. Okay, let me fire up my shit and go. That's what they can do. Because that's the part that don't lie. So, yeah. Union of the Latchkey kids. Exactly. Union of the Latchkey. If you were never in, I had a key to my house since what, third grade or so? And I was responsible for bringing me and my younger brother, who's 3 years younger than me, home, getting to school and from school by ourselves, me with a key. That's why I don't lose keys now. I don't lose shit now. You know why? Because back in the day, oh, I forgot my code at school. I lost my key. Them ass whoopings make you remember shit. Because you figure out, like Robert McCall was teaching that little mafia dude, compliance by pain. Oh, you'll figure it the fuck out if you don't want to catch another one of them ass whoopings. You'll figure it the fuck out. You will remember some shit then. Like, hey, get all your stuff, man. Where's your coat? Where's your coat? Where's your bag? Come on, man. Let's get this. Get this. Come on. No, you ain't getting me my ass beat. Mm-mm. No fucking way. That's why I remember shit like that. Because I've always been responsible for being the lead that somebody else has to follow. And I accepted that burden, that responsibility. So what difference would it be on YouTube? So anyway, like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. Next part of this little soliloquy, because I forgot to write down here that Keanu Reeves, B-Day is today, and he turned 59. Old folks. I saw Equalizer 3 Friday because I was reminded, shout out to Torian Rain, because Torian had put up a review, and it sparked a memory in me that, oh shit, I'm thinking about all the rest of the stuff that I got going on. It's like, yes, look, there is a movie to watch this weekend. You know, Equalizer came out. I'm going to see Equalizer. Got on my phone, Fandangoed that shit, went and saw it in IMAX, enjoyed the movie. Really did. And then what I did last night is I went back and I watched reviews of reviewers that I enjoy and dropped a like on their videos and saw what they had to say about it. Because I recorded my reaction review, which shouldn't even be a reaction now. It basically a review. I didn't realize how much I was jabbering on about the whole damn movie. Like, damn, I did kind of spoil that whole fucking thing. I wasn't trying to do that. I guess that drink I had was feeling kind of good. That Terramana had me running my mouth. So I actually did a spoiler review of that shit in that damn stream. I wasn't trying to. I did. Y'all know me. I don't like spoiling movies, but I got to jibber jabbering and talking, and it was late. I basically spoiled the movie, some parts of it anyway. But it was really interesting to go back the next day and watch other reviewers that I respect their opinion, their reviews of movies. Black dudes, white folks, females, all kind of shit, right? Because I am not a person who just needs an echo chamber of opinions. I listen to a lot of different people and what they have to say. I do. I don't have to agree. It's not, my agreement is not complicit in me listening to what you have to say. I just want to hear it. I can make up my own mind. I don't need any help doing that. And I made up my mind to listen to what the fuck you had to say. Because I'm curious. Maybe it will inform my opinion a little bit better. Maybe it'll inform my opinion that you don't know what the fuck you talking about a lot better. Either way, I'm getting to learn about another person and how they see the world and the material that we both watched and where we agree, where we disagree. What resonated with them, what resonated with me. That's why I listen more than I talk. Because I'm more curious about what's going on with the other person. I already know what's going on with me. That's figured out. I'm more curious about what's going on with the other person. So I listen. Let me get this out the way real quick. What up, RPF lives? He said, "Great live, Raider Nation fam." I'm not Raider Nation. I really don't subscribe to a football team at all. I don't. I think some of the times I think it's stupid tribalism. And I don't like that because tribalism gets you into having some petty fucking fights over dumb shit. Like, do you like the 49ers or do you like the Raiders? Do you like the Giants or do you like the Dodgers? Dumb shit. Dumb shit. People who don't even play for these goddamn teams always want to be brawling with each other over some, well, you wear that red and gold. I can't, man, if you don't shut the fuck up, that dumb shit. So, this is not a Raiders shirt. As you can see, the Raider clearly has two middle fingers up. So it is closer to being a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt than it is being a Raiders shirt. And that's why I got it. Now, I don't hate the Raiders. I just don't approve of abusive relationships. I just don't. And that's what I see it as. My buddy, Ron, hallowed be his name, in the comic shop forever. And Joe Herb is in here, so he can co-sign on this. My buddy Ron was a huge Raiders fan. Huge Raiders fan. And I would watch him watch the Raiders game and be distraught over the shit when we lost. And I watched this for years. And that's when I came to the understanding that that's an abusive relationship. Every year, they smack your ass up and tell you they're going to do something good. They're sorry, we're going to do better next year. The next year, they build your hopes up and smack your ass down again. They fuck it up for some reason or doing something stupid. To me, it looked like an abusive relationship. And being, if you're from the Bay Area, knowing the history of the Raiders and Al Davis and all those, they'll leave without telling you shit. They won't even Dear John your ass. That's how they ended up in L.A. That's how they left L.A. and came back to Oakland. That's no different than a bitch deciding this other dude is gonna give her a little bit more money and bouncing the fuck out on your ass. You come home to an empty house like, baby, I'm home. What the fuck? The hell is going on? Oh, Angela is going to take care of me now. I don't need you no more. What? Now, with the Raiders, they've done that shit twice. Once to LA, twice to Oakland. All that devotion, all that love, all that building that Oakland and carpenters like myself did on that Coliseum to get them to come back, all that money, all that community who makes their living off of that shit, they bounced out again. Bounced. Went to Vegas. Fuck you, I want to go shake my ass in Vegas. Bitch. That's what it's like. It's an abusive relationship. They do not care about the communities they are destroying. Oakland, right now, that community that worked off of the Raiders and the Warriors is fucked up right now. I do not appreciate that shit. I'm from the East Bay. I don't appreciate that shit at all. So fuck them teams. Fuck them. Because how are they helping the communities that they leave in shambles after the fact? They ain't getting my kind of loyalty like that because they ain't showing me that kind of loyalty. So that's why I don't get into that shit that deeply. I don't. So can I like the colors black and silver? Yes, I can like the colors black and silver all fucking day. You know what? They make a lot of clothes in black. All my shoes is usually black. I can. Do they got some nice designs? Cool. Yeah, they got some nice designs. I can buy some of that shit. But you will rarely see me wearing sports apparel with any team on it. For that reason. That ain't my goddamn tribe. Because these motherfuckers ain't loyal. That's also why you'll never see me with a tattoo of a bitch on my body. Because I ain't loyal. So, my shirt was kind of funny. It was kind of ironic to me because I got this in Vegas. My last trip to Vegas, this was one of the t-shirts I bought in Vegas. I thought it was hilarious. Couldn't wait to come back to the Bay wearing it. And like I told y'all last night on the Tequila stream, I think that's why that bitch had an attitude. Because she was a short Latina. Of course she liked the Raiders. Right? Beak nose ass. So that was a little bit more information than you needed, but it's the fuck I do, man. So what? I always give you more information than you needed because I want you to have a clear understanding of where the fuck I'm coming from. So you ain't got to ask no questions. So for all the Raiders fans out there, yeah, I like the Raiders colors. I don't give a shit about the team. I don't. There was one person on the team that I actually was cool, and I have one Raiders jersey. One Raiders jersey. And the only reason I had that damn jersey because the motherfucker had my same last name. He's probably a relative. That's it. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't buy their jerseys. I don't. Because I like black and silver before I ever knew what the fuck a Raider was. So, I'm good. Yeah, see? Now you understand. Yeah, and they did it twice. They don't give a fuck about you. The Davises don't give a fuck about Oakland, L.A., or Vegas. Because like any hoe, if they're paying them a little bit more money, they're going to be gone then too. Don't matter how much money you sunk into that bitch. She's going to bounce again. And give you the same shit she was giving the last two motherfuckers that's used up. Aquatech, you say, looking at you, any other Colts? Like, you know, some of the most devoted fans I've seen? Green Bay Packers. And fucking cheeseheads, them some devoted ass fans. And that team kind of stayed devoted to them too. Well, that's good. That's how the relationship should work. Other than that, that's a fucking carnival. It's a carnival. Because trust and believe, when the Raiders pulled up stakes and the Warriors pulled up stakes, all the concession workers in Oakland that make their living off of having those events and stuff like that there, them motherfuckers, a lot of them lost their goddamn jobs. Or if they were lucky enough to get picked up on the other side of the bay, they start losing more money because now they got to travel across the bay to San Francisco to go fuck with the Warriors. It was the same thing when the 49ers left San Francisco and moved down to Santa Clara because those people, the tech people, didn't feel like driving all the way up to San Francisco and being over near Hunters Point and shit. Then watch it on TV. You can make garlic fries in your house. Stupid motherfuckers. There you go. There you go. Got me Scorpio angst all day. You can get back to the actual topic. This is why my streams don't do better. since I'm up before sundown, I'll probably catch the equalizer and I'll try to do syrup body shots off the waitress at Waffle House. They smoke a lot of weed on shift. I might pull it off. You probably can pull it off. She got a big enough rack. You can pull it off. I tell you what will make you have a better chance. She got a tattoo right here. You got a good chance of getting a shot off of the titties. Because that's all it looks like. I'm fucking bullseye. Are you talking about? Don't say shit about my Packers. I didn't say nothing bad about the Packers. Y'all fans is devoted. And they devoted to y'all. Good. Like I said, that's the way it should be. Without fans, how do you have a team? Advertisers? Okay. What you going to advertise to if the stadium is empty? They're paying for those eyeballs. You're paying for them. They're paying to get their products in front of those eyeballs. Should show that some respect. My best friend that's in East Oakland feels the same way. So I understand where y'all coming from. It's no hard feelings here. No. My grandmother lives in East Oakland. My uncle, my family. I got family in East O. Right down the street from the Coliseum and all that stuff. That has been a staple of East Bay life for a long time. And now they talking about the A's gonna move too. The minute the fucking A's move, and if they take their bitch asses to Vegas too, I'm gonna burn Jersey. The A's will cease being my baseball team. They will. Just like the Warriors cease being the basketball team I like as soon as they start being the Bay. And every other nationality start liking their ass. The motherfucker, I was giving you money when you wasn't winning shit. Gary Payton, the Penny Hardaway days, Coach Carlissimo, you know, them sucky years where y'all was having to give away fucking tickets to have people coming to that damn stadium and watch you. When you were like the farm league for the whole NBA. Remember that shit? I do, because I was there. Me and Petridge Farm, motherfucker. I don't give a shit about all these people that came in with the other nationalities and got all hyped about the Warriors all of a sudden. You're from the Bay. You ain't from the fucking Bay. You moved here. You're a transplant with some money. You're the same motherfuckers out here gentrifying everything. Fuck you. Oh, we're going to move over to San Francisco. And fuck you twice. So no, I don't watch a game. I don't give a shit. No loyalty. I'm a Scorpio. I do not respect people with no loyalty. If you can't respect the people who were down with you when you didn't have shit, I don't give a fuck if you win a trophy and now all these bandwagon people came along and support you. If you like them more than the people that was rocking with you when you didn't have shit, fuck you. You wasted my time. You wasted my motherfucking time. And you don't have to have another dime of my money. I wish you all the success in the world. But it won't be my time and attention. Fuck that. So, moving on. I didn't think that would be that big of a tangent on that shit. What up, BMT? My trigger man is in the building. Shout out to Stripperella for getting me through the Hulk's phase. Off topic. Why am I ashamed for wanting to bang the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders? That's the fuck they there for. It's like telling some dude from LA he ain't supposed to want to bang a Warriors girl. What? That's what they're there for. The fuck you think the cheerleader is for? The team? No. Cheerleaders is there for the fans. That's why they sell calendars and shit, you dumb fucks. Man, I'm not with this era where men are not supposed to like women. They're supposed to be ashamed of liking women. That's the way it was designed, motherfucker. I don't see no sea lion out there getting shamed for liking another female sea lion. Ooh, I like the way her body fat is. She's sleek in the water. Her flippers look nice. I'm going to go up there and swim with her. No, man, why you doing that? That bitch fat. Don't be objectifying me. I was born this way. The only creature on the planet having a fucking schism about something that's natural. Natural. how you were biologically fucking designed. Only creature on the planet. That makes you the dumbest fuck on this whole ball of dirt. The dumbest. Mm-mm. So, no, we ain't got to be ashamed about shit. I like women. All kinds of women. I'm attracted to all kinds of women. The more beautiful, the better. That's why I can look at a Selma Hayek and say, that's a beautiful little 5-footer right there. That Tina. You give me a shot, I'm taking it. And turn right around and look at Gia Scordella. If you've seen The Equalizer, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like, oh my God, look at that chocolate latte right there. Ugh, she got an accent. Like that. Yeah, for Toya, she pronounced her words really good. She enunciates really well. I'm telling you. She enunciates like I'm just watching the words drip off her lips. Like, say that shit again. Latte. Tea is for old ladies. Oh my God. Sexy. That's normal. There ain't nothing to be ashamed about with that shit. And I'm not gonna start because some other ugly ass chicks want you to start being afraid of. They want an easier pickings for themselves. I watched the WNBA if they wore lingerie. I think y'all watch women's beach volleyball. They getting down and damn near having lingerie on, pretty much. They're gonna be out there like some DOA beach volleyball and shit, just boobs flopping all over the fucking place. That's why somebody like Pearl can get hella fucking admirers and dudes be talking about, oh, I like her little creamy milk white legs. Dude said that shit too. I saw that shit on there. I was like, what the fuck, dude? He must be being funny. But no, that's why she can catch a brother. Fit. You got a fit lower body, you can catch you a Negro. You can. Don't matter. I like that athletic look. Works for me. Works for me. So yeah, WNBA, they wore lingerie and didn't look like such fucking dudes. If you took the cheerleading team, say this, if you took the Warriors girls and gave them fucking basketballs and they could hit 3-pointers, more people will watch them play than watch the rest of the WNBA. Why? Because they actually look feminine. I'm not interested in no dude-looking ass chicks. No. That's lesbian theater, and they get the audience for that shit, which ain't very big, obviously. No matter what they try to tell you in media, how many there are, the audience is not that big. That's why WNBA does the numbers it does. Merely a toy on this ball of earth. I take it back to George Carlin. A surface nuisance, like fleas, infestation. You talking about the enunciation, music to my ears? Yes. She looks. Look, I don't know about y'all, the rest of y'all guys in here, but I do watch women when they talk. I watch women's lips a lot of times when they talk. Because I'm attracted to some intelligence. I like a woman's lips or mouth. Watching how they enunciate words and shit like that is like slow sex. It's like, get out of my face. Yeah. You're watching me really closely. Yes, I am. Watching your ass like I'm fucking deaf and learning how to lip read. Like, That's the fun part. That's the fun part. Get your booty to the net. Get your booty to the net. So anyway, back to the actual content. Um, how did I even get on this tangent? Talk about that chick and Equalizer, probably. Um, Watching other people's content on their reviews of Equalizer, I like seeing how we matched up in some ways. And some of the things that I said, they had actually said. Now, they said it before me because their video was up before mine, but I hadn't watched their video until after I did mine. So this lets me know what is a common theme or a common feeling from reviewers watching this movie. All right. That's what lets me know. So some of us saw the same things. Some of us took things completely differently, right? And fixated on certain things. But one thing that we can agree on is that this was a good movie, but it wasn't John Wick. Not to say that it was in comparison with John Wick, but the most obvious comparison that you make, because these two characters were cinematically introduced about the same year. They are two characters that handle things completely different. And I give really a lot of props to Antoine Fuqua for going the way he did with Robert McCall. It wasn't a bunch of out there having ridiculous gunfights and fighting and stuff like that, even though all that is cool. Equalizer stayed in his lane. And this was like some silent assassin hitman shit. He was taking people out very up close and personal and visceral. Very visceral. And I think the reasoning is because Keanu Reeves in the John Wick movies, he's working with martial artists and action stars and action directors. They want all this action, right? Antoine Fuqua is working with ex-Navy SEALs and special operators, which means the fighting style that Robert McCall uses is not about all that martial arts, spectacle and action. It's not. It's about quick, decisive, and effective movements. Plain and simple. In the best way you can to dispatch a foe quickly. Quickly. Without him knowing. Think of it this way. We got some video gamers in here, so think of it this way. If you've never been in the military, and I never have. If you were on a night op, meaning you're sneaking or infiltrating into some country, some place where you're supposed to be sneaking under cover of darkness to take out a force that's in there larger than yours. It may be you by yourself, maybe you with 3 other people. But it's about 15, 20 people here. Do you run in the front door shooting off guns, letting everybody know you're coming? Or do you use stealth, shadows, and silent kills to take these motherfuckers out immediately? Do you want to be out there in a prolonged fight? Or do you in the bushes? Which one seems to be the most effective way to get the job done and take your ass home with your life? Which one? Because everybody ain't running around with a bulletproof suit on. Exactly, Aquateki. The first thing that your grandmama told you when you was acting a fool in the house: be quiet. Be quiet. Pick them off one at a time. That is common tactics. You would learn those tactics if you were stuck in the woods by yourself with a sharp stick and a pack of wolves. You gonna take all of them at the same time? Or you gonna start making an example out of 1 or 2 of them right off the bat? Quietly. You're gonna use what's to your best advantage. Shutting the fuck up, using some stealth, and taking the motherfuckers out immediately. That is visceral. That is not a nice trick. It's not flashy. It don't make for an awesome long action scene. No, it doesn't. There's not actually a lot of choreography that has to go into that shit either. But what you get is somebody dispatched in the most violent ways possible, quickly and effectively. There is no this motherfucker coming back. Oh, I got up. Oh, let's do it again. No. It's over for you. It was over for you. And you didn't even see it coming. Did not. You were done before you knew it started. That's what you get from Robert McCall. That's what you get from The Equalizer. And I like that shit. You know why? I play Hitman games. Agent 46? Yeah. 47? I like that shit. Those are one of my favorite games. Why? Because it's not about going in there with overwhelming force. Yes, I like my overwhelming force games. Endless ammo and just out there shooting. Y'all see me playing in Division 2. But I also like the prowl, the creep, the silence, the skill, the effectiveness, because I am, if nothing, all about precision in many areas of my life. So watching this character on screen dispatching some people in some very violent and very quick ways before they even knew the fight was on, it was over, was satisfying. And this is what works for me with this movie. Denzel can be 60 doing this. And I believe it, the character being able to do it, because he's not out there having a prolonged fight with a bunch of people. He's not. Yeah, they're younger. Yeah, they buffer. But they wasn't ready for that shit, were they? That's what I expect. That's why you learn youth and skill will never beat old age and treachery. Because an old motherfucker ain't got time to be out there wrestling on the ground with you and doing all these hooks and grabs and throws and shit like that. Old dude ain't got no time for that shit. Old dude is going to kill you or break your shit up to where you will never walk the right way again and keep it moving. Because they don't have time to be fucking with you like that. They trying to take their ass home for the night and drink their coffee. That's why that works for me. That's why my complaint about the movie is, oh, it ain't believable that he be doing it to people. Yes, it's totally fucking believable. Why is it not? Where do you see an old man getting into prolonged fights with young people? Where? Point it out to me. An old martial arts sensei will not have a prolonged fight with a young student who wants to challenge him. He will break his ass down in 2 to 3 moves and go back to sitting on his chair. He is not having no prolonged fights. And Robert McCall in this movie is not having no prolonged fights. So he can do that shit forever. Do that shit forever. That one scene I showed you with him doing the medial pressure point on that dude. What's the age limit on being able to do that? Is there an age limit on being able to do that effectively? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think that shit is effective whatever age you do it on somebody with. All you have to know is how to do it. And if you've already been doing it for years, unlike that shitty ass Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, you don't forget how to do that shit. Because pain is pain, nigga. And to anybody who has not experienced that level of pain, it's always new. And that shit is always effective. And the younger they are, the better chance that they ain't never had that pain before. So you got the upper hand. He's not out there overpowering people. He's not out there being Incredible Hulk, throwing people over banisters and shit like that. He's not doing none of that shit. Simple movements. Simple stealth attacks that will take you out in a minute and move on to his next target. Tactical. Robert McCall is tactical, cerebral, patient, methodical, which makes him extremely dangerous and effective. Robert McCall is probably on the goddamn spectrum, and we've known this since the first movie. All that OCD stuff, he's probably on the spectrum. Probably is. But match it up to this. Robert McCall and the accountant. Robert McCall and the accountant. Ben Affleck and the accountant. I'm forgetting the character's name in that one. What's the difference? Regular people. Just trained. Regular people just trained. What high degree of either autism or OCD, but they're on the spectrum nevertheless. What happens? They get into a situation and you bring out that other part of their ass and you don't understand what the hell it is you're dealing with. The only difference is Robert McCall ain't autistic. He can have normal conversations and talk to people and all the rest of that shit. Had a whole wife and everything. Ben Affleck's character in The Accountant, he was autistic. So some things he didn't really fuck with people on. He was good by himself. He's also really good with numbers and breaking a motherfucker down. This is why my belief is you don't never mess with regular people. Leave folks the fuck alone. And what you see in most of the situations in Equalizer 3 is people underestimating him and overestimating themselves because they got numbers and guns and all the rest of that shit on their side. But in the words of Biggie Smalls, since this is 50 years of hip hop right now, you're nobody till somebody kills you. Because everybody bleed just like we do. Does it matter after the fact? If you pressed yourself on somebody else to try to impose your will because you thought your nuts was bigger than theirs, and all of a sudden you end up in a situation where your ass get killed or hurt very badly, permanently, would it matter that the person that did that to you got fucked up afterwards? Would it matter? Don't change the fact that you chose wrong. You picked the wrong motherfucker to mess with. And you were paid either permanent or semi-permanent consequences for that shit. Because you didn't know who the hell you was dealing with. And in this day and age, you never fucking do. That's why I like this character. Look, everybody knew who John Wick was. Everybody. All the assassins knew who John Wick was. Nobody knows who this Robert McCall motherfucker is. And all he do is talk to him. Very clearly, very methodically, very tactically. And they take that shit as a joke. And every time they take that shit as a joke and want to press their fucking baby nuts up against his, they end up finding out like, who the hell was this motherfucker? To also quote another one of my favorite rappers, hip hop artists, Ice Cube, he was the wrong nigga to fuck with. That's why I like this movie. That's another one of the reasons I like this movie. Yeah, certain shit you never forget. Yeah, if you've learned skills like that, you never forget them. They're never going to leave you. Look, my uncle Scotty right now is a grandmaster in a martial arts form. He's been in the military. He's trained military officers. He's trained cops 4 years. My Uncle Scotty has to be up in his fucking 60s. I will not let that motherfucker touch me for shit. He's been a fucking drill instructor. I would not let him touch me. You know why? Every time I see Uncle Scotty, he wants to show you a new fucking hold. No! You can do that shit to your students. No, show me on somebody else. I'll learn it that way. No, too many years of doing this shit. Age has not dulled that man. It just means he knows a lot more shit. And in the midst of doing one thing, he'll probably, oh, and then you could do this. Like, man, oh, here we go. Here we go. No, stop it. Stop it. Get weak, okay? Get old and get weak. No. Probably not going to happen. And that's just wrist and joint locks most of the time. But if you got the mind like me, you figure out how to draw some blood out of the motherfucker with that shit. Like, yeah, you can do that, but you can turn it this way. Man, I got problems. Let me not get into no situation where I have to be thinking about this. I need to be thinking about this shit this deeply. That's not the person I want to be. It's not the person I want to be. Simple, practical actions will help you win against the most desired result. Yes, it will. Look, if you want to take it to a geek sense, what's the difference between Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting and Mace Windu fighting? Both Jedis, right? Both end up on the council at one point, right? What was the difference? Where Obi-Wan used the form, which was for defense, Mace Windu had a style that was on the attack, and he didn't use a lot of movements. He didn't need to use a lot of movements. He didn't need to do all that jumping and bouncing around and shit like that. Oh, no, nigga. This shit will be over with the lightsaber really quickly. Really quickly. So, fuck around if you want to. You'll find out. Back when lightsabers actually killed people. Bro, my old martial arts instructor is the same way. Look, RPF, my buddy Ron told me about this story about his martial arts instructor. And my buddy Ron, even though he was in a wheelchair, he took Aikido, right? And he trained students. And Herb probably knows this story. He told me the story about they got this student at their dojo. This is in California. They got the student in his dojo. He might have came from the mainland or something like that, right? Or not mainland. He came from Japan. And he's in there just kind of trying to bully people, right? He's a little bit more advanced than the people that he's with, but he's in there just trying to bully people and being an asshole, being really disrespectful. Master didn't like that shit. So the master got out on the mat with him. And while they're sparring, this motherfucker went and hit the master in the side of the head and knocked his glasses off. Master took his glasses, put his glasses down, they said. He said he came back on that mat and told them, come. That motherfucker took a step forward. He stepped on that motherfucker's foot, grabbed him by his gi and his arm, and yanked up. Broke that motherfucker's shoulder and his little knee or some shit. Put his ass down. Then went back and got his glasses and put them back on. And let that motherfucker go to the hospital. Now, what do you think that young motherfucker that was with all that cock and shit was acting when he came back? When they had a conversation with him? When his arm is all in a sling and shit like that for the next couple fucking weeks. Yeah, I was wrong. I shouldn't have did that shit. He got real fucking humble. Because pain teach you when words don't get through your fucking ears. Humble as fuck. Yes, D Remedy. He got humble as fuck. And realized, I was wrong. I should not have done that. Now, is that story, this is a real life story, was that story about somebody out there brawling for 15 minutes? No. Master was significantly older than this kid. Broke his ass down in 3 movements. Shoulder and leg. Fuck you and your disrespectful ass. Now go walk it off. Tell it to the ER. Humbled his ass. For real. And he got some get right. This is why I don't shit on the equalizer doing less movements. More stealth kills. And when he up close and personal, the shit is over quick. And make no mistake about it, the people in that scene doing some good ass acting because they looking shocked like, oh, yes, it's over, my nigga. It's done. It's just give it up, man. Talk to God or the devil. Figure it out from there. Because it's over on this plane. You done here. And that's why fools should get punched in the face. Yeah. Keeping parents from disciplining kids and keeping kids from disciplining kids is what keeps you motherfuckers having ticking time bombs walking around. My favorite things that I think of when I was a kid that I had fun doing was being out in the backyard with my cousin Bruce with boxing gloves on, punching each other in the fucking face. That's why I know things about Sugar Ray, Hitman Hearns, and stuff like that. Because we watched boxing and we boxed on each other. It was no thing. It gets you over that fear of being hit. That's one fear you shouldn't have anyway. Right off the bat. I can't believe you hit me. No, that's not the proper response. The proper response is to be burying your fist in that motherfucker's face. What the hell is wrong with you? You probably can't believe you getting hit. You fucked up now. That was the only key. And open that door. I feel bad for your ass now. That's why. People who been punched in the face before usually don't get mouthy with people right off the bat. So they understand what happens next. Why do you think people that are actually trained don't end up having a lot more fights? Because they know what they can do to a motherfucker. One of the stories I remember from Kevin was that time he was out on the street, in his car, when he first started growing his channel, and he telling this story about being in his car. I think it was in Texas or something like that. Got into a little traffic altercation with some dude. And he wasn't trying to fight that dude. Hey, man, don't want to do this or whatever. Dude swung on him. Said he gave that motherfucker 2 pieces and a biscuit. Gave him that 2-piece. Well, what didn't he know? That Kevin's big, black, full-eyed ass, yeah, he played Yu-Gi-Oh! But he also did full contact fighting. Martial arts, baby. And he gave him that 2-piece. Motherfucker was not expecting that shit. So while he was doubled over out on the fucking street, Kevin felt bad because he didn't want to do that to that dude. He wasn't sitting up there running, taking a glory lap and beating his chest and shit like that. When you know what you can do to somebody, you're less encouraged to do that all the time. You don't want to. Think of it in a movie sense. Who's the baddest motherfucker in Roadhouse? Who's the baddest motherfucker in Roadhouse? This is where y'all, interact. D Remedy is right. Original Roadhouse movie. Who was the baddest motherfucker? Or maybe let's make this simpler for y'all. Who was the cooler? Who was the cooler? Even Jason Bourne can't deny Robert McCall. No, I think Jason Bourne will get fucked up. I do. And I like Jason Bourne, but I think Jason Bourne, them Treadstone motherfuckers will get fucked up. Because they kind of robotic. Robert McCall is just trained and smart. Just saying. I think he'd fuck one of them dudes up. Okay. Patrick Swayze. Dalton. Dalton was the cooler. Who was the baddest motherfucker in that shit? Dalton was the baddest motherfucker. Now, arguably, you could say Jimmy might have been better than Dalton, but Dalton killed Jimmy. So Jimmy was missing something. Jimmy had to rely on the gun. Dalton never used the gun. Right? Now, what was it that he always was? Cool, calm, controlled. All the rest of the bouncers got amped up and crazy fighting and all the rest of that shit. No, he was the one in there coming in there cool, like, hey man, calm this shit down. Let's take this shit outside, whatever. But then when he got into a fight was over pretty quickly, wasn't it? Because it was decisive action taken. That motherfuckers was not ready for it. Now, it wasn't until he ran up on Jimmy, who was a ex-con and just liked fighting, he got a little bit more of a fight. But Jimmy also got his ass killed because Jimmy fell back on that lazy shit like, I can't beat this motherfucker. I'm going to shoot him. You fucked up now. You got that eagle talon to the throat. Now what? Now he had to reach a little bit further into that bag and pull out this shit he wasn't trying to do to your ass. How'd that work out for Jimmy? All that bluster. All that shit talking. That shit is based on something real, not something fake. So, watching Robert McCall in this Equalizer movie, understanding that the people who informed Antoine Fuqua's decision making on making this character and how this character operates were retired Navy SEALs and special operators, I think they know what the fuck they're talking about. What about you? I think they may have done this shit before and ain't worried about if they're making it cinematically entertaining for people to watch in an action movie sense, because it'll just look cool. I don't think they gave a fuck about it looking cool. I think they gave a fuck about it being effective, because all of that shit was effective. Very. So, I like the Equalizer 3. I like the fighting style that Robert McCall used, and I like the fact that he wasn't in there having a bunch of these prolonged, protracted ass fights. And I don't say that because I'm shitting on John Wick at all. It's just some shit in John Wick is unbelievable, but it's an action movie. That's unexpected. Set in a world where you have all this over-the-top action. Yeah, that's fun. Look, every fight coordinator or fighter wants to be in that shit because they can have a good time doing this shit. Because it's fun. It is. But if you want realism and how things will possibly go down, watch The Equalizer. And then you'll see how shit close to the real world, since it's just a movie, actually can happen really quickly and end up in some really fucked up consequences. Who decided to interrupt my piece? 1 second, you guys. These are the ones I get sick of. These goddamn. Oh, I smell something. I smell a smell. I had to evacuate me and the dogs because potentially toxic smell. I felt dizzy. I felt so. Man, get the fuck out of here with this. There is no electrical smell that does that. There is nothing really electrical in your house that does that. I was dizzy. I need somebody now because me and the dogs are. And they made this a 30-minute responding call. So I have to shut the fucking stream down to go deal with this fucking shit. To look for a smell that'll possibly be dissipated by the time I get there. And she left her number because it's such an emergency, but then she don't answer the fucking phone. What is wrong with these goddamn people? Fuck. We are displaced because of the smell. Man, that motherfucker burned down. It was dumb shit. I had no sympathy. Fuck sympathy. Here's another 50 years of hip hop quote. Sympathy is for them simp ass niggas. Talking loud shit, I straight dump and stomp niggas. That be talking shit. I straight rip them. Things change. Too short. And that was Mr. Malik from Illegal. There you go. You know, my fucking hip hop. Fucking hell. So now I have to go and deal with this situation and break up my stream. I probably shouldn't be mad because this one call is going to pay me more than I've collected on the stream so far. Still needed 7 out of 15. Still needed 8 more contributors to the stream. Unless I missed somebody while I was talking my shit about the movie and killing people. Let me see real quick before I get out of here, because I do want everybody to be acknowledged for their good works and appreciated from me. No. And excuse me. And no. Just waiting for it. So we're good. So with that, Two Truths said, damn, I just got in. Guess you gotta watch the replay of this one. I'm not gonna promise to come back because every time I do that, then shit flies in and I don't get to come back to it way later. So I'm gonna have to end the stream now. But this is what working on call is all about. Sometimes I gotta go put on my cape and go save a Karen, JT. Well, I gotta go save a Karen and the dogs. So, I'm not going to give you a short shrift on Ahsoka because I did want to talk to you guys about Ahsoka. So hold those thoughts. I'll be back as soon as I can, hopefully not too late, because I understand some people are on the East Coast and in the UK, and I don't want them staying up all fucking night trying to wait for my little bald headed ass to come on here and cuss at them over the internet. So, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Click the bell when you subscribe to the channel. So the next time I go live, you will get the notification if YouTube sends out the notification. Other than that, I've been artisanmc. I have to go and take care of some duty right now. I thank you guys for coming in. This has been Shop Talk Live. I do this every Sunday at 11 o'clock. Rain or shine, at work or not, I will do this stream because that is my commitment and the loyalty that I show you, the elite who show up to listen to me talk my shit and talk with me. So, I will see you guys next time.